What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. So if you watched previous videos, I said we was going to melt our gold. So this is the video we're going to do it. I broke up these 2 bags right here of gold, and we're going to melt them down and see how they turn out. I had to do this video at nighttime because that was the only really time I had to do it. So I hope y'all enjoy it, and let's get to it. So in the previous video, we said we was going to melt our gold. We've been real busy, so it's Monday night outside. We're actually going to try to melt it here. So this is a furnace we got, ToAuto. I've seen a bunch of people on YouTube doing it, but nobody was really doing gold. Everybody was doing copper and lead and some silver. So this is our first time doing it. I'm kind of excited and kind of nervous at the same time. So we got 2 bags of 100 grams. We're going to try both. This one should come out a lot more pure than this one. This was a lot of 10 karat stuff. This was a lot of 14 and higher stuff. And then I marked them, I weighed them right at 100 grams so I can see how much we lose during the melt. So we got everything we need here, gloves, a mold. We're gonna open it up and see what we got. This is my first time opening it. Haven't even opened it yet. Like I said, this is our first time doing it, so there might be some mistakes made. Hopefully just not no big ones. So from everything I've seen, it didn't look like there was a lot to it, but YouTube videos can be very deceiving. Set it on these bricks right here. I'm not sure how to get those.
The top one is the temperature.
So we got it heating up. Right now it's about a little bit less than halfway there. We put a little borax in there to get it going. That's what I was told to do anyways by the guy that told me about these. So we're gonna go ahead and put the gold in now. I mean, I don't think you have to wait until even in the instructions it says go ahead and put it in there before it's all the way hot. So we're gonna go ahead and start putting that in there. I don't know if that's going to go in there good.
Maybe only put half or something.
This is a lot of that gold, that prospecting gold, so we're going to see how that turns out in here. It should be a pretty high carat, but that's all of it. So that was 100 grams. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of borax in there with it, start it off too. Like I said, this is our first time doing it, so easy on us in the comments. Close it up and let it heat up. See how it goes. We're almost halfway there. We got it dumped in there. See how it turns out. So the first thing we learned is that thing is a lot more toxic than what I thought it would be. Because you can see we're kind of outside right on the edge of the garage. and we had to go get a fan just because the inside of the garage, you couldn't hardly breathe in there. So if you do decide to use one of these, you better do it outdoors, or you better have a good ventilation system, because, I mean, it's about 20 times stronger than what I thought it would be. I mean, you couldn't even stand in the garage, you couldn't even breathe. So we had to go get a fan, and next time we'll definitely be more outside because it's pretty bad. So I was told, because like I said, we never did this before, so I was told about 2 tablespoons of borax per 100 grams. So I put a little bit in there to start, and then we did one when I put it in, and now I'm gonna do another one, and we're gonna see how it turns out. So I'm gonna do this one a little bit lighter. And one thing I don't like about this thing is it seems like they put this knob on the wrong side. It seems like it would be easier like this. It's like, for right-handed people, it's kind of backwards. But that thing is hot. Burn the camera on. Well, you can see the temperature is almost there, so it's pretty hot. We got our graphite stirring rods. And I'm going to wait until it gets all the way up to temperature, then we're going to stir it. See how it turns out. So we almost got it up to the full temperature. We looked in there, it's getting pretty liquidy, so we're going to go ahead and stir it one time. What I've seen a lot of times is that borax will stick to this graphite rod once you stir it. So we're going to see how it does. That thing is hot. Deeper than that. Stir it up real good so your purity is equal through the whole bar. And everything I've watched and seen, they said that no gold will stick to that. So that's all the borax. It's like liquid in there. It probably ain't far from pouring, but we got to heat up our, see, that's the borax. It's crazy that graphite rod won't melt at that temperature. We'll close it up, we'll let it get to full temperature, and then
Sit it off the end.
we'll heat up. Then we'll heat up our mold. Yeah. Right there. So we'll let it get to full temperature, and then we're gonna stick our mold. A lot of people have torches where they torch them and heat them up, but I've also seen people that just stick the mold right on top and heat it up, so that's what we're gonna do. So as you can see, it's nighttime when we're doing this. We've just been so busy where like my days off and my dad's days off kind of mixed, so this is really like the only time we have to do it. Sunday was our day, but we had a lot of stuff going on. So I apologize for doing it at night, but to get the video out, this is all we could really do. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it turns out good. So we're gonna go ahead and stick our mold directly on that. I could probably just set it on there, but just to be cautious.
Leave a little bit of a spot where the heat can get out.
Yeah. I just don't want it to tip over.
There you go. And then you can move it around a little bit, move it all the way in a minute.
Go ahead and heat that up and get it nice and hot. From everything I've seen, people say the hotter the better, so you want it real liquidy. If you don't heat that thing up, I guess it'll pop. That really hot gold cools so fast like that. If it pops on you, it'll probably go straight to the bone. I'm kind of nervous to pour it and go out to you. All right, so here we go. We're about to pour it. First pour. There's a moment of truth. Nice and hot. Stir it one more time before we pour it. Look how hot that thing is. That thing's like lava.
We could play hot potato with it.
Damn.
The dark color is just the borax on top. It should come off most of it.
Let it cool off of these still.
That stuff's like plastic.
Look at that piece right there that was in there. That borax on top. Look at that ball. Most of that should just pop right off. As a matter of fact, there it is right there. Should be cool. Ooh, that thing's still hot.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's pretty good though.
Yeah. Go scrub it up and see how
Yeah,
it
you gotta
turns
hit it
out.
with a wire brush.
Go scrub it up and see how it turns out.
I'm about to die if you want to do a little thing showing it or something here.
Didn't turn out too bad. I'll have to weigh it and see what we lost. I'm sure he lost a couple grams on it. So them little pieces that won't scrub off, you can come out and tap them with a hammer, and then basically all come off. You might tumble it, man. Tumble it and make it look nice.
We got a tumbler at the shop. We can throw it in and.
Pretty good though. Came out kind of better than what I thought it would. All right.
All right, we're about to dump the next
second scoop.
next batch.
Put the wrong glove on, man. This thing's got me going backwards. This one's probably going to be a lower carat because this was more like 10 carat stuff. And hit it with some borax.
I don't think you can put too much borax in there. I think it's good for it to get all that crap out of there.
Let it heat up and we'll stir it up.
Stir up and put another scoop in there and go from there.
So this is our second batch. So we just put a scoop of the borax in. That's our second scoop. Stir it up, and we're gonna heat our mold up. I hope this video turns out good. Like I said, nighttime was really the only time we could get together and do this. We've been pretty busy lately.
It's important to heat up the mold to get any kind of moisture, get any kind of stuff off of that, because when that melted gold hits that, it needs to be about the same temperature. So hard to believe a little piece of gold like that's worth.
I don't know what the purity of that thing's gonna be. There was some of that prospected gold in there that was supposedly 20, 22 karat. There was a ring in there that was scanned at like 15, 16 karat. No, there was some. I'm just hoping it comes out at 14. At 14 karat, that bar is almost $3,500 just for that little bar.
$3,500 for that. It's crazy.
Think it's ready, hot enough?
I think so. The other one didn't do anything, so I'm sure it's good. I think it just needs to get like really hot. Doesn't need to. Just so as long as it's not cold or not got any moisture in it.
So I'm gonna put this down. Damn, that thing's hot. I know I was touching it with the glove, but I'm scared it'll get too hot. I'll drop it or something.
Watch it.
Stir it one more time.
Be careful with that hand with no glove, man.
Should have 2 gloves on.
We use the bigger mold because it fills that little one up a little bit too much, so we just use the bigger mold. It came out pretty good last time, so. Here it comes. Even if a little bit of gold did stay in there, they say it doesn't, but even if it did, it would be in the next melt, so you really don't ever lose any.
Oh, it looks pretty damn good.
This thing is hot. It's full. It filled that one up. It's strange that it filled that one all the way up. Maybe it's that a lot of that borax on top. Dump it.
I could see myself getting addicted to doing this.
Do a silver pour next. I've seen people do aluminum cans. See how that borax just pretty much comes right off. You do need to hammer it a little bit, scrape it a little bit, but
That's all.
good little machine. My first impression is it's really, really good. I thought it would be a lot harder than it was to do this. And you can tell being careful is the most important thing to doing this. Everything else is, it just kind of works itself, so it wasn't hard.
I think this one's going to be a little less pure than this one. This one should be pretty pure.
What do we got? $6,000 or $7,000 here. So one little piece there. I need to hit it with the crasher. See what it looks like. This one looks even better than the first one.
Oh, that's the
That yellow comes off there. I saw it mistake when you were doing it. It's really good. You could become addicted to doing this stuff.
So once again, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like I said, it is nighttime. It's really the only time we had to do this. I know that sounds crazy, but we've been really busy lately. Anyways, the first one, I don't think I was using enough borax. I think the borax is very important to use. I don't think you can use enough. I'm not sure. I just used more on this one than on this one, and this one turned out great. So once again, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. The next one I'll do in the daylight. You should be able to see a little bit better. But anyways, let's get to the shop and let's sell these to Prince. So remember the stuff that was that. This was the first one I did, which didn't come out near as good as this one.
This was the
first one. No, this was like that that ring that was scanning like 15, 16, 18, and then it was the little gold.
So when you put the torch on it, or when you would put the fire on it.
So what I did with the mold, I just put it directly on top of the. I put the mold on top of the furnace and let it get hot. And then I just took it off.
We didn't use a torch at all. We just heated it up. We just heated the mold up.
Super hot. So I mean,
we've seen other people doing that
but
too.
was it boiling up? Like it was shooting poop, 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 poop?
No.
Nothing, huh?
No.
It just slowly melts.
Because when that happens, it's usually there's something fishy inside. That time it happens.
Yeah. No, it didn't. No, nothing bubbled up or nothing.
It just slowly melts.
I think I might not have used enough borax on that one, maybe.
Yeah. Let's see.
100.
You good on that one? Yeah, you good.
I guess it ain't 100.
Thank you, bro.
This one came out better than that one.
Yeah. And the other thing is too, I've seen people with that torch, how they come out real good, is they have that torch on the mold, and then when they pour it, they leave that torch on it.
And put borax on it.
Yeah, and it's kind of like.
It's like a mixed
because
match.
I guess
cooking food basically.
Yeah, on the bottom it gets like. I don't know. I guess it's.
It's a norm. It's not a big big difference. The only thing is, when you're doing it, don't put too much borax. So it's the whole element of borax. You don't have to put too much, but you don't have to put little.
Yeah, you gotta find the balance of what it is. Yeah.
That's what, but that you'll get hang slowly story.
So this one, I did them exactly at 100 grams.
Okay.
That one's 99.2.
Did you lose any weight?
This one I did.
You did. No, so that's why, because there's something wrong. That's why you lose.
There was a little piece in there or something.
I lost like 5 grams on that.
Yeah, so
one
there was 5 grams of something that was not good. Yeah. So if you put like pure gold, you're not going to lose too much weight, 0.1% probably. But if there's something, a lot of impurities, that time you lose a lot of weight.
Yeah. So that one only lost 0.8 out of 100.
That's what I was telling you. When I buy, I lose weight. That's what, remember I told you?
Well, there must have been something bad in this one or something. Which there was this bracelet I bought. It was kind of like stretchy. So what I did was I cut it. I pulled the stretchy part from the inside, and it was just wrapped around. So it was staying 14 karat, but it might not. That might not have been good. I don't know.
Inside stuff. I've never seen nothing like that.
Well, I pulled the inside out of it. It was just a wire, like a spooled wire around it.
So whenever it is solid, like solid gold stuff, you'll not lose too much weight on it. When it's hollow stuff, you lose a lot of weight on it.
Yeah.
Because your torch, when you're putting the torch, the gold goes up, evaporates, and by the heat it just goes. Like the gram weight you lose. When
it don't take long at all once it's hot. You put that stuff in there.
I've done with people who buy gold from them. Okay, Prince, you know what? They don't want the whole headache of that. Give me 1 second, and in 2 minutes they'll melt it. And in front of me, everything they do it.
Yeah.
I'll scan it, and they'll get upset sometimes. Because damn it was 18 and it comes out to be 16 on the machine now. this is a good bar because it's thin. It's not too thick.
Yeah.
When it's
Well,
too
and
thick,
we also mix it,
yeah, but when
and
it's
then
too
pour
thick, it becomes too difficult to
Yeah.
get the perfect. Because this one will only scan the top layer.
That's why I would probably only do like 100-gram bars
Yeah.
because it keeps it thin and
And
it's.
this one is good flat.
Yeah,
The other people who make it, they make it round chunk, like a big chunk.
yeah.
So to get it on the gun is too hard, too perfect. Because this gun is just going to scan a top layer of it.
This one I think is going to be a higher carat than that one. I think.
I think so. You put that dust?
Mm-hmm.
Which
That
one?
was
This
in this one.
This
It all,
one, huh?
and that came out right. Yeah, good.
Is it 5'4", 30?
So it's right at 13 carat.
Yeah, 54. It's like right at 54. Flip the other side. See if it,
Yeah, it'll change because
I think it'll be close. Because it mixes. Yeah, we got to use that side. So it's a little bit different, like 155 instead of 54. Yeah, you can move it around, and it's probably
The guy I seen do it, how the people buys it from him, is they scan it 3 times and then they add them up and divide it by 3 and they take the average.
Average, yeah.
it's going to be around 54, 5 or something.
Carats right there on top.
Yeah,
13 window. Let's see what you
I'm just doing the percent level.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised by that one.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. It was all that stuff. Remember all the little stuff the stuff you were just going through, the little stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought it was gonna come out like 12 carat. But I mean,
Probably.
There was a
but
lot
did
of
you-
14 in
But
there.
did you put any higher carat like 18s or 1 apiece? Or
there
2
might
apiece?
have been a
couple,
piece or
yeah.
2 in there.
That's
yeah.
where the average came out to be more. So you have to understand when you put 18 with 14, when I do it, usually it comes out to be, let's say I put 95% of 14 and I put 5% of 18, they'll come out to be 15-ish, something.
Yeah.
That's probably what that was.
But if it's some 13s, like one lot I had taken from you, I had taken 13 and a 14, it came exactly 13.5.
Yeah.
Exactly 13.5. So it's all about what you're putting in. One time I had got really high, so probably 1 piece we must have put extra,
Yeah.
or 18 or something.
That one I'm curious to see what it's gonna come
Yeah, me
out to.
too.
This one should be higher.
Yeah, it's a little over 14. It's almost exactly 14.
The back side is going to be low.
It's about the same.
Well, the same, yeah.
Right at 14, just.
I tried to stir it really good. I stirred it a few times and
It's right at 14, very close.
That's a bigger one too, though.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
We'll fix this at 13.
is it easier for you to sell once it's like this too?
Yeah, but anyways, regardless, they're going to melt it again.
Yeah.
Regardless, they're going to melt it again.
So they melt it all the time.
All the time. As soon as I take it to them, they don't trust anyone, basically.
It's probably a little better for you because then you won't lose none during
Yeah,
the melt.
yeah,
So you won't lose none.
Yeah, but it's sometimes surprising. Like I had one time, I had taken a bar. It was already melted, and in fact, it was
Yeah.
the weight was 86 grams or 90 grams melted. Melted. They melted again, and I lose about 4 or 5 grams, which is not. It's not supposed to do that.
That's a
much.
lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But I figured out these guys are just scam. They need to make money.
Yeah.
If they're paying me 98%, I'd have to bring them melt. they didn't have any place now to make money.
Yeah.
With jewelry, they have place to make money, and that guy didn't know I had the XRF gun.
Yeah.
So they have tried to do a lot of things.
There's a guy on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He'll take like jewelry like that and melt it down, but he'll take and turn it into liquid and get everything out of it, and then turn it into pure gold.
Oh, okay.
I would love to learn how to do that and do it,
It's
but
too difficult.
man, it'd take a long time. It's into like a liquid, man. Can you imagine? What if you spilt that thing on the floor?
That was almost exactly 14, 13, like a high 13.
This one 13.9, I'll give it to you.
13
9
now.
and 13 even?
Yeah.
13 even now. And the front is giving me okay scan, and even the back is giving me not bad scan. So
That's what I figured too, man. If you make them more thin for that, you can shoot them better. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, if somebody makes that big chunks of round ones, there's no way this one is going to give me a perfect. And I cannot even tell him. If I tell them make it a straight one, oh Prince, no, you know how they are, you know, and they know they are winning in that aspect.
So you have to do what you have to do. You tell them I can't buy it.
you scratch 0.1 off of it. 95.1.
90.
95.1 on a 13.9. 99.2.
It must have been right after.
I'm gonna start stamping them out and selling them. Then I'm not gonna need you no more.
Yeah.
I'll just need you to come shoot them and tell me how pure they are.
Okay. Got it.
So we're good.
Okay.
You need some more Pokemon cards?
Hmm?
You need some more Pokemon cards?
As a gift.
I might have something in here. How many kids you got?
2. One is 6. One is 3.
You said 2?
2.
Taking one each.
Everybody, thanks a lot.
All right, man.
Okay, man.
Yep.
Enjoy.
So I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. And like I said, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Because at 50,000 subscribers, we're going to give away this 1 ounce gold buffalo to a subscriber. So like I said earlier too, we had to do that video at nighttime. I was kind of worried about it while we was filming it, how it would turn out, but it turned out pretty good in my opinion. The next one I do, I'll do it in the daytime where, you know, it might be a little better to see how it goes or whatever. But the machine we use, that's a ToAuto machine. I bought that off eBay. I think we paid $215 for it. So it wasn't a sponsored thing where they give it to me and I talk good about it. I paid for that thing off eBay. So in my opinion, it worked really well. It was user friendly. It heated up fast. Other than that knob being on the wrong side, or you should be able to adjust that knob for lifting that lid. But that's just my opinion, a little ticky-tack thing. So the reason we ended up buying that machine and melting our own gold was because a lot of times when Prince would come in and buy a piece of gold, if it's stamped 14 karat, a lot of times it won't be 14 karat, it'll be 13.5. I've seen it come back at 12 karat. If it's 10, sometimes it'll be 8. And then if it's 13.4, 5, 6, he'll pay for 13 karat, which I don't blame him because he'll lose some in the melt. As you can see too, we lost a little bit. One of them we lost 5 grams, so there might have been something in there that wasn't good that melted off during the melt, and one of them we lost 0.8 grams. So when you melt them, you do lose a little bit. So for us to buy that, we melt it down, see exactly what it is. He scans it, and you get paid for exactly what it is. It cuts out a lot of time of him having to go through every single little piece and all that. It just kind of helps everybody out all around. So once again, I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me how the bars turned out. Maybe I'll stamp a few, sell a few. I don't know. We'll see. So see y'all Friday.